Hello, my friend. Welcome to a new mini episode of The Practice Life. Oh, today's going to help you so much. I stumbled onto this it's a hack I'm going to give you today. It's a hack. I'm calling this episode the 3-day calendar hack. And why am I talking about calendars in the practice life? Because part of our practices, in building our practices for this next version of our lives, is conscious living, is to really understand that our calendars and our schedules are creating a certain quality of life. Of course they are. And for so many years, maybe you've experienced this too. I acted like somebody else was doing my calendar, although oftentimes somebody was doing my calendar, but somebody else was making the choices. Somebody else was making the choices. And so my calendar would just be filled to the brim. I'd be exhausted without a minute to breathe. And I acted like the calendar was the boss of me. My calendar, I would say for a good 30 years, was the boss of me. And when you are living a conscious practice life and you are practicing consciously, really managing the different ingredients that go into making a really delicious life experience, you got to get your hands on your calendar. That's got to matter to you just about as much as anything. That's where you schedule your practices. That's where you schedule your self-care. That's where you put time in for the relationships that matter to you. So this was not too long ago. Maybe this was just in the last couple years. I found myself doing this crazy thing, just crazy business. I would get asked, because now entrepreneurial, I get asked to do stuff, do a podcast interview, do a workshop. Will you show up and speak at this? Will you do that? And, I'm looking at my calendar. Well, 5 months from now, nothing's on it. So I'm like, yeah, I will. Sure, I will. Yes, I will. Yes, yes, yes. I'll say yes to that and yes to that. And then I would get to the week before, all those yeses I had said for months before, I would get to that and I'd be like, why am I doing that? Oh my gosh, I have so many things in front of me that impact my health, impact my well-being, impact my relationships, impact my business that I would prefer to prioritize. But I said all these yeses. And sure, 5 months ago, it was like, nothing's on my calendar. Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it. So I sat down and I'm like, okay, there is a problem in your process, girl. And here was the problem. The problem is there was nothing on my calendar. So it looked like, well, if this is the only thing I do this week, I'm happy to do it. So I instituted a new policy for myself, and it has served me so well, I cannot tell you. And that was when I get asked to do something, if I wouldn't move something in my current schedule to get it in within 3 days, I say no. No. If it isn't important enough where I wouldn't find a way to do it within the next 3 days, then I say no to something that's 6 months out. Because I know when I get 6 months out, there will be other things that are a far higher priority, that affect the quality of my life, that affect my personal growth, that affect my level of joy, my calling in abundance, that affect everything. And so I no longer clutter my calendar up with anything that isn't directly beneficial to my core values and my mission. And that means if I wouldn't fit it in the next 3 days, I'm going to say no. And that new guiding scheduling principle has brought so much relief and so much ease to my life. So I say to all you practice life conscious livers, institute the 3-day calendar hack and see what happens. You'll see. You'll see. It just clears the road. It just clears the road. And while we're doing this work and we're walking this path, everything we can do to make decisions easier, to make our schedule easier. If you are not blocking out time to just sit there and listen to the birds with your hands on your heart, then you have too much on your calendar. That's what I'm saying. Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining me. Try it. Try the 3-day calendar hack. I can't wait to hear what you think about it. See what it does. You'll see what I'm saying. And for more fantastic practices, I have 2 free downloads right now in the free Sherry Salata network. So one is Change 10 Words, Change Your Life, because words are everything. And one is the Morning Magic Practice. And all you have to do is go to sherrysalata.com/free network and just put in your info, because you got to sign up. And the free downloads are there, and they're yours. I also got some free playlists that are pretty good. Thanks for listening. Glad you joined me.